shit, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim leadership, they like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above when they really isn't have authority. But they don't really need that authority, they don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass, just stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that mic on me. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. Boy, when they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga in Fed, up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world to know. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to walk with step. I'm silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent. I got it. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't no talking when we got the flow. I ain't no peace. Just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high. Got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets. That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch. I can afford it. I prepare slaughter. You bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. They ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, right. But that's what the church is for.
That's a Chromebook with the everything button, so you can find things instantly. From files to apps, even answers online. Who says you can't have everything with the everything button? Switch to finding things instantly. Switch to Chromebook.
Time, man, shit. Make sure you let these niggas know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on this motherfucker. Let these niggas know what time it is, you understand? We royalty.
King Ty really one of the realest. I survived drive-bys from them killers. Like I got 9 lives, I got 9 wives. I said fine wine with them bitches. I'm spitting fire bombs in your city. I got like 8 or 9 niggas with me. And we all ready to die in a minute. One West, we the best in the business. I get offended, I fuck niggas spending. Talking they get it, but niggas is timid. Rappers is softer than linen. Catch me out parking lot pimping. What more can I give them? I've been the hottest forever. Why would I lie about cheddar? I can do better. I just put loyalty first. Royalty coming whenever. Pull off in the Jetta. Curvacy on me, you sweater. My feel like wearing a sweater in summertime weather. Haters so salty, no pepper. You not that seasoned or clever. I'm with the rebel. Used to pump bass with the treble. Baking and cake in a kettle. I used to cook up the work. Now I just cook with the metal. Gotta keep foot to the pedal. Yeah, let me give it gas on the highway. Let the music blast on the calm day. Break the Glock down into 3 parts. The 3 together like Menage. Just like Bombay with my enclave. Got my mind made. Ain't no time waste. Eating prawn steak with a fine date at a fine place. Getting violated.
Hey, listen. I already told these niggas. You understand? I call up King Ty. He say, what's up? I say, what's good, my lord? Listen, he like, listen. These niggas ain't ready for none of this. You understand? I said, listen, if the nigga ain't one West, he ain't got on his arm or his chest. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. It's just me and my niggas. We royalty, yeah.
I got the hammer, you right.
Hey, shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Rashad Brakadam. Yahweh Shemar Thumb Ba'Shem Rashad. I.S.U.P.K, Kentucky, Tuesday Brotherhood class. And tonight, what we're going to talk about is what happened with the man that ran the truck through the parade, the Thanksgiving parade. we're gonna break down like, because everything is spiritual. I know you think everything is a coincidence, but it's not. Everything is spiritual. It's not an accident or a coincidence that he just happened to be trying to get away from some situation and run through a parade and run over and kill 5 people. That could have happened any day, but it happened to happen on a day where it's supposed to be a day of pleasure. A day of pleasure where they celebrating spiritual. I know. Shalaki. Checking the volume. Yeah, though, it just happened on a day where they supposed to be, coming together to celebrate. Coming today to celebrate the slaughter of the Native American Indians, because that's all Thanksgiving is the slaughter of the Native American Indians. So, everything, we teach biblically, but we're going to read the article first, and then we're going to show you biblically how and spiritually why that happened.
Right, this was ABC News. 5 counts of homicide recommended for man suspected of driving through Wisconsin Christmas parade.
Right, and it's crazy because they having a Christmas parade and they ain't even got through Thanksgiving yet. And they already having a Christmas parade. You go ahead with the story.
Police say Daryl Brooks, 39, was fleeing a domestic incident when the SUV he was driving plowed into the Waukesha parade.
Right. So it say Daryl Brooks, he was fleeing a domestic incident. Domestic means like home. Have you heard of domestic terrorism? That means like it happened at home. So he's fleeing like some home situation, that he got into.
A Wisconsin man was arrested and accused of driving an SUV into crowds at the Waukesha Christmas parade on Main Street as revelers watched in horror, officials said Monday. The man, Daryl E. Brooks, 39, was booked on suspicion of 5 counts of intentional homicide. Waukesha Police Chief Daniel Thompson told reporters.
Right now, so okay, it wasn't terrorism. You feel me? That's why I'm saying everything is spiritual, because it wasn't terrorism. He was not trying to commit a terrorist attack. He was actually trying to get away from a situation. That's the only way he could go. But it's spiritual, because it could have been any way he could have went. Salaki is on. Hold on, wait, Salaki, let's check the live right quick. Nah, we on. Salaki, we just checking the live. But yeah, though. So he could have went any way he wanted to go. And he happened to drive through a parade. A parade where they celebrating Christmas. They celebrating Christmas, Nimrod. Christmas is the worship of Nimrod. That's what Christmas is, the worship of Nimrod. It's not even the worship of Christ. Christ's birthday was not celebrated, you feel me, in the Bible. And when I say not celebrated, I'm talking about every year. You feel me? Like we do now. That Nimrod was celebrated every year. His mother would cut your head off and put it on a tree. And that's what they got with the ornaments and all that stuff. But you keep reading that story.
City officials identified the 4 women and men who were killed as Virginia Sorensen, 79, Leanna Owens, 71, Tamara Duran,
Right, he killing old people too. That's what I'm saying. That's spiritual.
52, Jane Cullitz, 52, and Wilhelm Hospital, 81.
And the reason why I say that's spiritual, not saying like, what he did was right or nothing, because it was definitely wrong, but I'm saying like them people was back during the civil rights movement. These people that died, they was young during the civil rights movement. They was the ones cheering on, you feel me, slavery and black people getting lynched, and you feel me, they was the ones that you had to watch out for. You feel me? Them was the ones during the civil rights movement. That's the crazy part about it.
There were 48 additional injuries, including 2 children who were in critical condition. Brooks intentionally drove his maroon SUV through barricades and into a crowd of people at 4:39 p.m. Sunday. Brooks had been involved in a domestic incident involving a knife before the crash.
Right, domestic. So 9 times out of 10, it was a woman involved. A woman involved, a knife was pulled, whether it was on him or on her, a knife was pulled, and he sped off, because guess what's going to happen? You going to jail. You pull a knife on a woman, she pull a knife on you, you going to jail. Either way, it don't matter. If you ain't the baby, if you ain't the baby on camera, I'm telling you, if you ain't the baby on camera and a knife get pulled, you or her pulled a knife, you going to jail either way. And that's why he sped off, trying to get out of there.
But it was not clear who the victim was, law enforcement sources say. Brooks had fled scene of a domestic disturbance just as officers were arriving and got redirected to the parade, police said. Was there an initial complaint of a knife being involved? Yes, Thompson said. Do we know if there was actually one there? We don't know because we didn't even make it. We didn't even make it there.
Right, because he got out of there before he could get stabbed.
We ended up immediately responding to the crisis. An officer opened fire on the SUV but quickly stopped shooting, believing there were too many people nearby.
Right. It was doing a parade. It was doing a parade, man. A parade. Go ahead.
So the officer shot first and then stopped believing there were too many people.
Right. He shot first. That's Esau. Esau, the so-called white man, and he is the devil the Bible speaks of. That's right. He shot first, then realized, like, oh no, let me stop. It's too many people. Man, you the devil, man. Come on, man.
Brooks was taken into custody shortly after the collision. We're confident he acted alone, Thompson said. We have no information that Brooks knew anybody in the parade.
Right, because it wasn't a terrorist attack. That's not what it was. So they're not gonna charge him with terrorism or nothing like that. He really was trying to get away from a domestic situation. Cause man, look, man, look what happened with the baby. Like it's basically the same thing. He trying to get away from a domestic situation, so he don't end up getting locked up because he not the baby. He didn't go live and have proof.
The popular community event attracted many off-duty police officers. Firefighters and emergency medical service personnel who jumped into action as soon as the carnage began. What stands out in my mind from the conversation is that we have people with military backgrounds who liken it to a war zone. Waukesha Fire Chief Steve Calvin said. Brooks, who has a significant criminal history, was questioned overnight.
Right. Well, they always got he must be black. Now, I seen this picture. He looked black, but I didn't know for sure, so I ain't want to say it. But he do look like a black man. And by what they saying, I'm pretty sure now he is a black man. Because they bringing up his criminal history before he even charged. Kyle Rittenhouse just got off. They didn't bring up none of his criminal history. All the time he didn't molested some girl in school. They ain't bring up nothing Kyle Rittenhouse did ever. Ever. That's why he got able to walk free. But they already talking about his criminal history. That's how I know he a black man.
With investigators examining the possibility that driver.
So, no, that's what they say. They supposed to be so smart. No, read it. That's how I said to show how dumb our oppressors are.
With investigators examining the possibility that driver, been fleeing.
that is our oppressors type that. But they swear they so intelligent. Salakia, it say the possibility that driver been fleeing an earlier incident involving a knife fight. Come on, Salakia, man. Let's keep it real, man. Learn not to wear the heathen, and that's what we finna get into. You know, we the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA, we break everything down scripturally. We don't go off our own heart. The brother was getting away from a domestic incident of a knife attack. And he drove through a Christmas parade. Christmas ain't even here yet. They ain't even got through Thanksgiving. Drove through a Christmas parade, killed 5 people trying to get away. So now what we're going to do is break down the whole incident because everything is spiritual. So yeah, if you could drop that, go to Jeremiah 10 and 2. 2, we're gonna go all the way to I guess we'll go to 5. Yeah. 5 should be good enough.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
What was them people doing out there? Celebrating Christmas. You feel me? They were celebrating Christmas, man. Now, I don't know if who the people that died was white, black, whatever, but it don't matter. You feel me? It don't matter, man. The Most High say, learn not the way of the heathen. It was black people out there. So if they wasn't the ones that died, they could have been. You feel me? They could have been. To show that the Most High don't care nothing about these holidays, man.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not what?
Be not dismayed at the signs of
Be
heaven.
not concerned at the signs from heaven. That's like the people that always care about zodiacs. The Most High say don't worry about that. You feel me? You worried about the solar eclipse, the planets aligning together. The Most High say don't worry about that. You worried about the UFOs, all that stuff from up in the sky. The Most High say don't worry about that. Go ahead.
So like if I could, sir, that's why Christmas is celebrated on the winter solstice.
Right. Go ahead. Break that down. Go ahead.
The winter solstice being the shortest day of the year on December 25th.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Clap it up for the trooper studying for his officer's test. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. That's heavy. I'm telling you, man. The Bible say, learn not the way of the heathen, man. We the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Feel me? And we don't do what the heathen do. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So we ain't got to worry about no brother. Oh, Salaki. We ain't got to worry about no brother running from a domestic dispute, sliding through our parade and killing one of us. We ain't got to worry about that. Yeah, you keep going.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen is dismayed at them. They the ones came up with worrying about zodiac signs and daylight savings time, all that stuff. That's heathen worship, man. The heathens came up with all that stuff, man. And the Most High say we should not worry about none of that stuff. We being enslaved right now. Why are we worried about all the signs from heaven, the UFOs and all that, man? They ain't got nothing to do with us. They should be worried about it, but not us, man. You keep going.
For the customs of the people are in vain.
They useless. The customs of these people are useless, man. They celebrating Thanksgiving. The slaughter of 77 million Native American Indians, man. Pushed on reservations, man. Took their land, raped their children. What they found, how many in Canada? They found 100 and something of them dead under the school.
Slovakia, sir, it was over 15,000.
Right, 15,000. Because it was another school, too. Wasn't it another one? If I'm not mistaken, it was another one in America where they found more dead bones of the Native American Indians. The Trail of Tears, man. You feel me? The Trail of Tears. Go ahead.
Slovakia, sir, and they still got more schools to look at.
They got most. Come on, man. Just stop it, man. Our oppressors is the devil the Bible speak of. You better go watch the last class from last week, man. You better go watch the last one so you can learn who the devil is. I'm telling you, man. They've been murdering us from the beginning, man. They've been murdering us, been hunting us from the beginning, man. But yeah, the custom of the people are vain, man. These holidays, these are based off Roman Christmas. It's Nimrod. Nimrod came from Babylon. The Romans took that and turned him into another god. The Greeks turned him into another god, man. Now the Americans turned it into Christmas, man. You got something else? Go ahead, keep reading.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Cut up the tree out of the what?
Out of the forest.
What people do in their house? What do?
You put a tree in the house.
What the scripture say? They do what?
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
What did all them people did at that parade? What they do? It's right there.
They cut a
tree out of the forest. Salakia. They cut the tree out of the forest, man. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. This stuff that's happening right now, man, and these holiday seasons, man, happened back then, man. This ain't nothing new America came up with. This was happening back in Babylon, man. They was cutting a tree out of the forest and putting it in their house. And that's what every last one of them people was doing at that parade. If you didn't have when I was in the world, if you didn't have a real tree, you was considered broke. I'm for real. That's why this scripture is so heavy about you cut a tree out of the forest. Because the people that had money had real evergreen trees in their house. They didn't have the plastic ones that you put in your basement and you bring out every year. They had new ones every year that was cut out of the forest. But you go ahead and finish that.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Right.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Just like on Christmas. This is Christmas in the Bible. This is where Christmas came from. They deck it with silver and with gold.
So don't they have a song called Deck the Halls?
Yeah, they got a song, Deck the Hall, yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. People be thinking, look, this is what I'm saying, man. In the I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, man, we are scholars, man. Y'all look at us and see us with these armbands and these headpieces, and y'all can't understand that we is the priests of the Most High, man. Y'all better get in tune, man, for your life be took. For your life be took, your daughter, your son, man, your mother, life be took, man, from serving these heathens, man. Learn not the way of the heathen, man. That's what the class about tonight. That's the title of tonight's class. Learn not the way of the heathen, man. You keep going.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
Right.
That it move not.
Right. That's self-explanatory. I ain't got to break that down.
Verse 5. They are upright as a palm tree, but they speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
Salakia, man. Salakia. The Bible is so heavy, man. The scriptures is written 2,000 years ago, but it's talking about right now, man. It's talking about right now. Matter of fact, and drop that. And now what we finna do, we finna go into the letter of Jeremiah to prove that about how, what it say? Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. It's talking about these religions. It's talking about these religions, man. All these philosophies, man. Go ahead with that. In the Apocrypha letter of Jeremiah, it's only one chapter. You can start at 70.
The book of letter of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 70. For as the scarecrow in a garden of cucumbers keepeth nothing, so are their gods of wood and laid.
Hold on, wait. What did it say? For as a scarecrow in a garden of cucumbers keepeth nothing. You feel me? A scarecrow in a garden don't keep nothing. It's there for show. Just like these religions, these holidays, the Christmas parades, Thanksgiving parades, they there for show. They don't keep nothing. They just like a scarecrow. A scarecrow can't do nothing. It's there to warn the birds off, and guess what the birds do when they realize the scarecrow don't do nothing? They get to eating the food. But for a minute, you got a little time, just like with religion. You got a little time, just like with a scarecrow. And then once you realize it ain't working, it eats you up. It eats you alive, just like the birds do to the fruit when the scarecrow just sitting there not doing nothing, like religion.
So are the gods of wood and laid over with silver and gold.
Right, the gods of wood, the wood, the stone, all these religions, it's the same as a scarecrow. It don't do nothing. For a minute, you think it's right, and then you realize it ain't doing nothing. And you got to figure out a new tactic, and the new tactic is the I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
Verse 71. Likewise, their gods of wood and laid over with silver and gold are like to a white thorn in an orchard.
Right now, a thorn, thorns are protection. They are on the plants for protection from being eaten and stuff like that. That's what a thorn is.
That every bird sitteth upon.
That every bird sitteth upon. So guess what that thorn do? It don't do nothing. It's there for protection, but it ain't doing nothing.
As also to a dead body that is east into the dark.
Right, wasted away. A dead body in the dark is wasting away. You feel me? That's what this is talking about religion. That's what Jeremiah 1:70 is talking about. It's talking about religion, how religion is nothing. You feel me? It's just like a thorn that a bird sit up upon. The thorn is there to stop the bird from eating the plant, but the bird is sitting on the thorn eating it because it's there for show. That's what religion is. It's for show. It's not going to do nothing to save you.
It's like it says, is the gods of wood the Christian church?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a Christian cross. It's manifold. That's in Wisdom of Solomon. All scripture is manifold. They always built up idols with wood and stone. That Christians and Muslims, that ain't nothing new. They always done that throughout history. They built up idols with wood and stone that don't do nothing. We serve the living God. You feel me? And that's why all the prophets always talked about wood and stones that they worshiping, because our God is living. He don't need wood or stone. That's why he say don't make no graven images.
Yeah, it's like it's stone in Islam, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Most High Christ, for sure. The stone definitely is that rock they worship. But also back, in different times, Babylon, all these different captivities we've been in, they use wood and stone to make their idols. Just like now. That's why I say it ain't nothing different. But it's manifold, so you could use it for that, and you could use it for right now with Islam and Christianity.
And the reason I bring it up, it says laid over with silver and gold. You
Right.
ever seen that big box in Mecca?
Right.
Got gold and
They
silver
laid it over. Them Arabs, man, look, them Arabs know who the Jews is, though. That's what I'm gonna tell you. That them Arabs know who the Jews is, man. They know for sure. But yeah, we just read the rest of it all the way to 73.
Verse 72. And ye shall know them to be no gods in the bright purple that rideth
And the wait,
upon
in the
them.
what?
In the bright purple.
Wait, hold on. Read that from the top.
Verse 72. And ye shall know them to be no gods.
No gods. With little, it's a little G. Because in Psalms it say ye are gods. In Psalms it say ye are gods. And it was talking about the children of Israel. Because we are gods on this earth. With a little G. Because gods just mean power, authority. And it say who are no gods?
By the bright purple.
The bright purple. Now everybody know it's a group running around with bright purple on. That swear they the priest of the Lord. But keep getting exposed just like the Christian church.
By the bright purple that rideth upon them.
That bright purple that's on the IUIC is rotten. It's rotten so bad that we won't even wear it. Ain't nothing wrong with wearing purple and gold. I actually like the Lakers uniforms. But because it's a group running around that made that purple rotten, I won't even wear it. Out of respect for Joy Morgan, I won't even wear it.
And they themselves afterwards shall be eaten.
That's what I'm saying. They keep getting exposed. Because that's another religion. The IUIC is a religion. That's not the truth. That's a religion. And this Jeremiah, I'm telling you, man, these prophecies in the Bible are real, man. They keep getting exposed, man. IUIC keep getting exposed for not being a priest of the Lord. And what it say? Read it from the top one time. We can go all the way through it.
Verse 72. And ye shall know them to be no gods by the bright purple that rideth upon them. And they themselves afterwards shall be eaten, and shall be a reproach in the country.
Glorified.
Reproach in the country.
Reproach means shame. It say the IUIC gonna be a shame to the country. Look, IUIC, if you listening, and letter of Jeremiah 1:72, it condemns you. So you better take that purple off, and you better find the I.S.U.P.K soon. Because it say you're going to be a reproach unto the country. So lock it. You keep going.
Verse 73. Better therefore is the just man that hath none idols.
Wait, they say what?
Better therefore is the just man that hath none idols.
So it's better for a just man that don't believe in nothing. That want to be a Christian, a Muslim, or a fake Israelite. It's better than a man. That's what the Most High saying. All these people walking around that don't believe in nothing, they better than you. If you a Christian, if you an IUIC, if you a Muslim, all these brothers walking around that don't know nothing, they better than you.
So, sir, if I could, sir, is it saying that it's better to believe in nothing than to be in that purple group?
It's better let her. Hey, hold on, wait. That's in the Bible. It's better to not know the way of righteousness. Let's pull it. You know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do. We can't. We can't do that. We can't do that. We gotta get it now. But yeah, that's true what you said. It's better you never knew the truth or never served nothing than to be with them purple faggots, to be in a Christian church, any of that stuff. It's lock you. It's go to 2 Peter 2:21. That's basically where we going. Learn out the way of the heathen. You feel me? All these fake Israelite groups, all that stuff is the same. It's all Christianity. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 21. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment.
That answers the question. It's better to not know the truth than to know it, then turn from it. You go ahead.
To turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. Verse 22. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again.
Right. That's what dogs do. They'll throw up and eat it, man, which is disgusting. That's what you doing. If you know the truth and you still sin. You know Christmas and Thanksgiving is fake, but you still celebrate it for the kids. What it say? It's better. It's like what? A dog doing what?
The dog is turned to his own vomit again.
You are a disgusting bastard. You are a nasty bitch if you celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving when you know damn well it's fake. You know that Thanksgiving is the slaughter of the Native American Indians. You know Christmas is not even Christ's birthday. If that's all you know, then that's cool. You might not know as much as we know, but if you know Christmas ain't Christ's birthday, you are a dog eating vomit. That's what you are. You are a disgusting creature. And when Christ come back, you're going to be put to death. Because he's going to tell you what? That ain't even my birthday, you dummy. Off with your head, you idiot. Salakia. But yeah, let's drop that and let's go back to Jeremiah. Where we at? 1:73.
The letter of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 73. Better therefore is the just man that hath none idols, for he shall be far from reproach.
He shall be far from shame. You ain't never wondered why the brothers in the hood don't get shamed as much as the Christians and the Muslims and these fake Israelite groups? That's why. Because they ain't serving no idols. Yeah, they gangbangers. They sell drugs, which is evil, and they should die too. But the shame that they ain't suffering ain't the same as these righteous, so-called righteous men like Jesse Jackson. Not Jesse, what is his name? Is that Jesse Jackson? That's his name? A civil rights dude that was up. Okay, I'm slugging. I'm young. I be forgetting these old civil rights leaders' names because they need to get the fuck out the way. Excuse my language. They need to get out the damn way of the I.S.U.P.K. But all these leaders, Al Sharpton, all of them, man, they be getting put to shame. T.D. Jakes, all these leaders, man, they be getting put to shame. Eddie Long, look at Eddie Long. He dead and gone. Eddie Long dead and gone. I got 5 rocks, and I ain't thrown one yet. Fucking idiot. Trying to quote King David. That's the killing thing. That's King David had the rocks. You feel me? Killed Goliath with him. He gonna try to quote him. I got 5. Man, you an idiot, man. Look, you dead and gone. You become a shame. But the brothers in the hood that don't serve none of these idols ain't been put to shame on public, as far as public like you. You feel me? Because of course they going to jail and all that stuff, but I'm saying they ain't been put to shame on public. Because like the scriptures say, better therefore is the just man that have none idols, for he shall be far from reproach, man. Better that you just, not serve nothing, then you serve these idols. That's basically what the scripture's saying. But you could drop that and go to 2 Corinthians 11 and 13. Through 15.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 13. For such are false apostles.
Wait, who?
For such are false apostles.
Al Sharpton.
False apostles.
Jesse Jackson.
False apostles.
All these fake Christian leaders, man. They false apostles. They not the priests, man. We the priests in I.S.U.P.K.
Deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ.
That's exactly what they did. All these Christian leaders, they transformed themselves into the apostles of Christ. That's what they did. They made themselves seem like they served the Lord. But they getting kicked out the courtroom. The prosecutor kicking them out the courtroom. But you supposed to be an apostle. You supposed to be so high and mighty. But you getting kicked out the courtroom. Say they don't want no more black pastors coming in. It wasn't an outrage. It wasn't a protest. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Guess what we would have did? We would have rioted. You feel me? I.S.U.P.K, they said we couldn't come in the courtroom when our brothers then got killed. Man, the courtroom would have been shut down. It would have been 100 niggas outside with fringes, spikes, headpieces, saying, "Let us in."
Salakia, sir. I hate to bring this up again, but with what the UPK did in Mexico with the Haitians, when Al Sharpton came, nothing.
I'm telling you, man, the mission to Acuna is gonna be in every school forever. You feel me? You build a school on the moon, put the mission Acuna in it. You got to, man. Because what them brothers did is what a Christian church would never do. They would never, ever do, man.
Verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed.
And when they say marvel, it's talking about like just glorifying. Like, don't glorify this.
For Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
He did what?
Transformed into an angel of light.
Yeah, Satan definitely would transform himself into an angel of light, man. That's like all these people out here that you see. Like, think about all these, like Young Dolph. That's in season. Young Dolph. You feel me? You look at him and you be like, damn, the Lord with him. He got 3 $500,000 cars with camouflage. He got shot at in North Carolina. He didn't die because he was in a bulletproof truck. They shot at him 100 times. 100 bullets was at the scene. You know the police got to count them. 100 bullets was at the scene. No bullet went through the car because he was bulletproof. What happened 2 years later? He dead and gone. Coming out of a cookie shop. Go ahead. With the scripture, what it say? No marvel what?
For Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Yeah, Satan will make you think Young Dolph was blessed by God. Satan will make you think Lil Durk, all these rappers, all these Instagram whores are blessed by God, man. When they not. That's Satan.
It's like if I could, sir, can't Satan give out monetary value too?
Say he transformed himself into an angel of light. That's the only way he could do it, by giving out blessings. Satan give out blessings.
Didn't he tempt Christ with money, sir?
He took him up high and told him he'd give him everything if he worshiped him. And Christ told him, we don't worship nobody but the Father, which showed that Christ and God is two different people. By the way, that's a sidebar. But you know, that's off topic, but we keep going.
Verse 15. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness.
Who? What ministers? See, that's why we don't use Christian terms. The Christians messed up the word pastor, deacon, minister. That's why we don't use them, because they made them so disgusting. They made them words so disgusting when they biblical. They biblical words. And there's nothing wrong with the words, but the pastors, the Christians, the ministers, they made them so disgusting we just won't use them. We generals, captains, officers, priests of the Lord, troopers, young men, sisters. We'd never call ourselves a pastor. GEN.YAHANNA, GEN.YAHANNA would never call themselves a pastor or a deacon or an elder or none of that goofy stuff, man. Because they bastardized all them words, man. They bastardized them, man. Generals, officers, captains, troopers, soldiers, warriors, man. The fuck out of here. Excuse my language, lucky.
Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness.
Which is the Christian pastors, the ministers, the deacons. They transform into people of righteousness when they sinners. They the same as the Pharisees and Sadducees. They sinners, man.
Whose end shall be according to their works.
T.D. Jakes, Eddie Long, Creflo Dollar. He fighting for, man, look, Google Creflo Dollar. He fighting so many type of battles and Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ, Warrior. Most High in Christ. But look, the Christian pastors are fighting so many demons and battles because they are the angels of Satan. That's something you ain't never been told before. You look at me right now, I got on a shirt that say Coat Leader. I got on a leather headpiece with arrows on it. I got on wristbands that will cut through your skin if you try something crazy. And you look at me and think I'm evil, when the whole time it's the Christian pastors with the suits, the ties, raping your daughter, having sex with your woman. We will never have sex with your woman, have sex with your daughters, man. Never. Ever, man. Guess why? Because we teach you can have more than one wife. You ain't got that lust that's bottled up in the Christians can't be fulfilled. Because you gotta only have one woman. You only can have one woman, so they fucking your girl. They having sex with your woman, your daughters, your sons, your granny, all that, man. Because they got all these lusts bottled up, man. Us in I.S.U.P.K, man, we teach the truth, which is you can have more than one woman. That will release a lot of anger, a lot of steam in these whoremongers and adulterers. It'll be gone once you realize you can have more than one woman. You wouldn't have to have sex with another man's woman. You wouldn't have to leave your woman for another one. You could keep both of them and have two. But the lust is just too big. It's too big where they feel like I only can have one, so I'm going to have this one and I'm adultery with the rest. It's lucky. You keep going, though. Oh, no, what it say? Who's in? That's it of that. And we ended with that.
Whose end shall be according to their works.
End shall be according to their works. Look up all these Christian pastors. Look at all the scandals that have happened since we've been freed from slavery. And you will see that the fruit of the Christian church is not the fruit of the Lord. But look from 1969 to now, and you will see the fruit of I.S.U.P.K is the fruit of the Lord. So you could drop that and go to John 15 and 13. Yeah, we got to talk about this. Learn not the way of the heathen. That brother, because I'm pretty sure he a brother. He ran through that parade. He ain't try to. He get him he trying to get away from a domestic dispute. He ran through a parade, killed some people, and he gonna have to pay for it. He definitely and he should. He should. Because he should have did what the baby did and just went live. He should just went live and just, hey, look what she doing. Hey. But, I mean, we'll never teach you to do that with your woman. You know, you having a dispute with your woman, just tell fire. You know? Take her in the bedroom and tell fire. And everything gonna be okay. You ain't got to go live. You ain't got to record her, call the police. Take her in the bedroom and do your due diligence. That's what you should do. And, you know, you wouldn't have to worry about flying through a parade, killing people from a domestic dispute.
The book of John, chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Give up holidays.
Lay down his life for his friends.
No more domestic disputes.
Lay down his life for his friends.
Not committing suicide.
Lay down his life for his friends.
When it say lay down your life, it's talking about giving up that old person that you was. And that old person, guess what he did? Celebrated Thanksgiving, celebrated Christmas. You got to give that up, man. You feel me? When you lay down your life for your friends, that's glorious. You feel me? That's glorious. You know how, okay, now, I got a lot of homies in the world, and they call me with all type of problems because they know I can answer them for them. They don't want to come in the truth, but they know I can answer the problems they got. Think about it if I didn't lay down my life. You feel me? Who would they call? Who would they need to call? I would be dead. I'd be locked up. Who would they call? You feel me? You say these people in the world, your family members, you love them, well, lay down your life for them and come into the I.S.U.P.K. so they can have somebody to call for guidance, for reassurance on what the fuck they doing. Lay down your life for these people you love, man. These people you getting high with, you getting drunk with, all this stuff, man. Lay down your fucking life for them, man. And come into the I.S.U.P.K, man, and show them a better way. So they can have somebody to call for guidance, man. Because they don't got nobody, man. You feel me? We was being fathers. You feel me? Like, I'm going to just keep it real. My family, we was fathers to niggas that was the same age as us. Because they ain't had no fathers. They ain't had no mamas. They needed us. They needed us, man. Lay down your life for them people that you say you love so much, man. And come in the I.S.U.P.K. Come in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Give that first death away, man. Because the second death coming. For anybody that ain't came in the truth, it's coming. It's coming fast, too. But yeah, you could drop that and go to Hosea. Hosea 4:6. It's lucky. It's lucky.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Who?
My people.
Everybody in the world.
My people.
The Africans.
My people.
Asians.
My people.
White people.
My people.
My people. Guess what in the Old Testament that they say was done away with? It's Israelites. That's one thing you can't dispute. It was only talking about Israelites. And it said my people are what?
Destroyed for lack of knowledge.
For lack of knowledge. Black people celebrate Christmas because of a lack of knowledge. Black people celebrate Halloween because of a lack of knowledge. Black people, when I say black, I'm talking about black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians in North, Central, and South America, Caribbean islands.
So like Hispanics are black, sir?
Hispanics.
Native Americans are black, sir?
Come. You are a nigger. Matter of fact, I work with Cubans, right? I was overhearing their conversation. It was so funny. I heard them say nigger. But they was talking to each other. They was calling each other niggas. They both Cubans. They both Cubans. And they talking to each other, calling each other niggas. And I'm like, what? I say, what? He said, yeah, we call each other that. I say, why? He said, because it just mean black. I say, but y'all ain't black. He say, yes, we is. I'm damn. Good night. The Cubans are black. Something we've been saying since 1969. At the slave, I'm at the slave. They calling each other nigga, and they was in Hispanic stuff. They was come a Negro. Then one of them said it in English. He said nigga, and that's when they called me. And I was like, I thought they was talking to me, but they was talking to each other. That's what they call each other. They call each other niggas because they had the same slave masters we did. Theirs was from Spain. Ours was from Europe. At the end of the day, they both looked at all us like niggas. You feel me? But yeah, you go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also
the law.
thee.
When they say not just talking about the law, the customs, which is not Christmas and not Thanksgiving. We finna celebrate the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, Sunday, November 28th for 8 days. We don't do that though, as a whole, but we all as a whole celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Police shootings.
I will reject thee.
Cal Rittenhouse.
Reject thee.
Ahmaud Arbery.
Reject thee.
Philando Castile.
Reject thee.
Come on, man, stop. I ain't got to keep going. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and Tamir Rice, man. Come on, man, stop it, man. The Most High say he gonna reject us, man. We filled up the prisons. It's more black men in prison than it is in some small countries, man. Because the Lord say he gonna reject us. He gonna reject us, man. The Hispanics, the Mexicans on the border is in cages. The Haitians couldn't even get food. They coming over here. The I.S.U.P.K under Commander Hunter had to bring them food. And we embarrassed the Mexican and American government by bringing them all that food, man.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
Right. Now he said, you don't represent me. That's what a priest is, the representation of the Most High in Christ. He said, you shall be no priest to me.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
You forget the law of God, of thy God, which is talking about the Most High in this context. You ain't no priest.
I will also forget thy children.
The who?
Thy children.
The children. The children. That ain't just talking about your first son. That's just talking about generational curses. The Most High, he say he gonna forget our children. That is generational. Ain't that what they call it? Generational curses? That ain't nothing in I.S.U.P.K we use. That's the world. They call it that. But it's in the Bible. The Most High say he gonna forget your children for celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, and not serving him. You eating pork, you eating chitlins, you eating ham hocks, hog maws, whatever that's like, whatever that stuff called. Ham. You eating all that stuff? The Most High say he gonna forget your children, man. And you wonder why the murder rate so high. Wherever black people at, the murder rate is sky high. You wonder why. Because the Most High say he gonna forget your children because you want to celebrate holidays. You want to learn the way of the heathen.
Verse 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore I will change their glory unto shame.
Into shame. I'll change that glory into shame. All the glorious stuff we do is turned to shame. What they tell LeBron, shut up and dribble. What they tell Kaepernick, to stand up. He took his team to the Super Bowl. It was only like his third year in the NFL. Usually it take a quarterback to be seasoned to go to the Super Bowl. It was his third year. Look it up. I could be wrong, but it was soon. It was real quick. Took him right to the Super Bowl. He took a knee for police shootings. Police killing black people. He told him, stand up. He told him, stand up. Read that one more time.
Verse 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore I will change their glory into shame.
We don't have no leaders. The leaders that we glorified, they're shameful. A prosecutor just told them he don't want them in the court. The Most High say he's going to turn us into shame. He said the glory going to be turned into shame. What was the glory? Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, our Christian pastor leaders got turned into shame. He said he don't even want them in the court. They not even allowed in the court. But yeah, drop that and go to Psalms 106. Psalms 106 and 35.
The book of Psalms, chapter 106, verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen.
Wait, mingled, that means we was mixed in like we is now. We mixed in with all these different nations, man. The Haitians was mixed in with the French, the Native Americans and the tribe of Judah mixed in with the Europeans, the Hispanic tribes mixed in with Spain and Portugal, mixed in with the heathen, man. So guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna learn their philosophies
and learn their works. Verse 36.
Oh, we're going all over 42.
And they served their idols.
Christianity?
Their idols.
Islam.
Their idols.
Cesar Borgia.
Their idols.
Yeah. Catholic Church, we serve they idols, man.
Their idols.
That's how we got to where we at right now. We mingled in with the heathens and served their idols. Go ahead.
It's a lot for the conscious community.
Ooh-wee. What you teach me about? You know. What's his name? I never heard of him before. Go ahead. Haile Selassie. Talk about him.
Selassie.
Go ahead. Talk about him because I had never heard of him before. What did he do?
He was a Hamite.
Mm-hmm.
If I could, he was a Hamite that brought Ethiopia out,
Right.
out of France.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay. And that's where Rastafarianism and stuff came from?
But they worship him in Jamaica.
But I'm saying, is that where Rastafarian came from? See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't never know that. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot. They be woofing. So, but yeah, go ahead and finish with the scripture.
Which were a snare unto them.
Yeah, it was a trap. It's a trap. These idols, serving these idols is a trap. Because when you serve the idols of the people, you're going to serve them. They don't have no living God. We, the only people with a living God. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Most High in the sky, you feel me? The one that's talked about through the Bible, that's our God. He's a nigger. He's living. All these other idols are fake and made up. And you're going to serve the people that made it up.
Verse 37. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and daughters unto devils.
Halloween.
Unto devils.
When you send your kids out to trick or treat, they can die. They can get raped. They can get molested. And you don't even care. When you give your kids Christmas gifts, you show them anybody giving them a gift is what love is. So guess what? They become prostitutes. Or they become kidnapped. Because you giving them a gift means you love them.
So like I said, if I could, the scripture said a gift destroys the heart.
Oh, Most High in Christ. It definitely do. That's in the Bible. A gift destroys the heart. You know why a gift destroys the heart? Because it's not genuine, man. You know what builds the heart? What we doing right now. What we doing right now, it hurts, but it's the truth. It's pain because you've been lied to, but it's the truth. A gift will destroy you, man. It'll destroy your children, your family, man. Go ahead. We're going all the way to 42.
Verse 38. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters.
Right, you willing to, what they say is for the kids. Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's for the kids. So you willing to shed innocent blood. Your sons and your daughters are innocent. Them kids at that parade that brother ran through, they was innocent, man. They ain't done nothing wrong or nothing bad, but they could have died because you want to worship devils. You want to celebrate Thanksgiving. You want to celebrate Christmas. They could have died, man. You could have shed innocent blood over a fake holiday made to slaughter the Native Indians, or a fake holiday made to say it's Christ's birthday when it's really the worship of Nimrod. You could have shed innocent blood, man.
Whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan.
Right, under the idols of Canaan. Canaan was the land. That's what Israel was called. You feel me? That's who was occupying it when we was trying to fight for it. And of course, they was serving a bunch of heathen gods. A bunch of heathen gods, man, that we tried to worship with them. And anybody that did died for it. That died for it, man. We keep going.
And the land was polluted with blood.
Right, polluted with blood, just like America, just like the West Indies, Mexico. It's polluted with blood because you worshiping idols. They got a big statue of Cesar Borgia, white Jesus, in South America. It's humongous. It's humongous, and they dying down there. They dying at the thousands. Go ahead.
Like it, sir, if I could, that's the biggest statue of Caesar Borgia in the world.
In the world. You know why? Because in the, what's the Eastern world, right? That's Europe and all that Eastern. We Western, right? Right. Okay, so in the Eastern Hemisphere, they know the Jews is black. The Russians know it. The Arabs know it. The Chinese know it. Everybody know the Jews is black. Only over here we think he white, even though the Bible say he black. The Bible say Christ black, but over here it's prevalent and it's pushed that he white. So the biggest statue on earth it's in South America that he is white when it's not. And guess what's going to happen when Christ return? We're going to blow that up. We're going to go find that statue. I forgot where it's at. We're going to go find it. We ain't going to pull it down. We're going to blow it up into pieces. In Brazil? Oh, yeah. We got officers in Brazil. And that might be their first duty when Christ returns. So lock it. Yeah, you can keep going.
Verse 39. Thus were they defiled with their own works and went a-whoring with their own inventions.
Whoring is not just about sex. It's talking about serving other religions that the Most High said we should not do in Exodus. We should not serve nothing but him. But we went a-whoring serving these other gods, these other religions, man. And they destroyed us, man.
Verse 40. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people.
Everybody?
His people.
The whole earth.
His people.
Against his people. The Lord only chose one group of people, and that's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And that's why we suffering right now. Because we chose to serve white people, Asians, Arabs, do what they doing instead of what God said.
Insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance.
He hated his own inheritance. The Most High chose us, and he said he hated us. Only reason why? Because we served other nations. Not because we wasn't the handsomest, the best looking, best dressed, all that. That was given to us through Abraham. He hated us because he gave us all this good stuff, and we chose to use it to help the heathens and serve the heathens. That's why he hated us. It ain't because we was ugly or because we was stupid. It's because he made us the best on earth, and we used all our greatness to serve the heathens. Slock it. You go ahead.
Verse 42. Their enemies also oppressed them.
41.
41, Salaki. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen.
Mm-hmm. Slavery?
The hand of the heathen.
He gave us into the hand of the heathen. The heathens are the other nations. If you're not black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you are a heathen. And the Lord gave us to the heathen. He gave us to white people. He gave us to the France, the Germans, the Arabs, the Africans. He gave us to them. You feel me? Because we didn't want to serve him.
And they that hated them ruled over them.
Right. Right. Everybody that ruled over us is because they hate us. That's why they don't want to let us free.
Verse 42. Their enemies also oppressed them.
Loved us.
Oppressed them.
Joined hand in hand.
Oppressed them.
They were just trying to find a burglar.
Oppressed them.
Salakia. Come on, man. Come on, man. They oppressed us, man. The oppressor, the so-called white man, is the devil the Bible speak of, man. The devil, he deceived us, man. Thinking that he love us and want to treat us fair, man. We are slave labor, man.
And they were brought into subjugation under their hand.
Right, man. And that's what we doing right now. We in subjugation under their hand, man. The so-called white man today still has us in slavery. But they modified it to make us think and look like it's not slavery. But yeah, if you could, we could drop that. And now we finna go into part 2 of the whole incident, which was the domestic dispute. And how the brother could have got out of that situation if he was in the I.S.U.P.K, which you should try to, strive to get into. So you don't run your car into a parade trying to get away from a domestic dispute. So yeah, go to Proverbs 21:9.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop.
Be all in your girl face.
In the corner of a housetop.
Asking her a million questions.
In the corner of a housetop.
Where you going?
In the corner of a housetop.
Who you texting?
In the corner of a housetop.
Let me see your phone.
In the corner of a house.
It's better to dwell in the corner of a housetop
than with a brawling woman in a wide house.
than to end up in a domestic dispute where she pulling a knife out on you and you gotta run through a crowd of people to get away from the police. End up killing 5. Now you finna spend the rest of your life in jail. That happened because you was dealing with a brawling woman. You was dealing with a brawling woman, and now you finna spend the rest of your life in jail. Because you were just trying to get away from a domestic dispute. At a Christmas parade, you had to run through and kill people to get away.
Verse 10.
No, that's it. No, yeah, we can drop that. And go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 9 in the Apocrypha. I just want to bring that out just to show, like, you ain't gotta let these women set you up like that, man. Women will set you up for failure and feel proud about it.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 9. For the blessing of the father establishes the house of the children.
Right. So his children that's left, that's what they gonna do. Whores and gangbangers. It establishes the house of the children. So now he in jail because he got into it with a woman that tried to stab him. He tried to stab her, whatever. His children gonna be gangbangers and fucking whores.
But the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations.
The curse of the mother rooted out the foundation. You hear me? The woman is the one that leaves first. We was taught that the father leave. No, the woman leaves first, and she ain't gotta leave physically. She can leave spiritually to where the father don't got no choice but to go, cause he been put through so much bullshit that the foundation is rooted out to the point where they get in a domestic dispute and a knife get pulled. Well, now he gotta run through a parade to get away from the police, cause he ain't the baby. He ain't think to go live and record it. We're going all the way to 11.
Verse 10. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father.
Right, so all the stuff you saying your father, the dishonor, glory not in that. And it's going to say why.
For thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee.
Because the wickedness of a woman exceeds a man. And the Bible say, out of 1,000 men, I found 1. Out of 1,000 women, I found 0. You feel me? It's so hard for a man to fight for his family nowadays, and back then, it got wrote down in the Bible and passed down to the new priests today that it's going to be impossible for what? A man to have glory in his house. It's going to be almost impossible. So don't honor in the dishonor. You feel me? Of your father. You keep going.
Verse 11. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father.
Right. The glory that your sons get is because of what your father brought to you. Because your mother, guess what she going to do? She going to make you a cripple of blood. You're going to be doing life in prison, or your sister going to be a prostitute or a whore if it's up to your mother.
And a mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children.
All these women out here pulling knives out, lying on brothers, man, getting them locked up because he got another woman. All the evil stuff women do is a dishonor, you feel me? And a shame to the children. It's a shame to the children to see their mother lie. You feel me? To get their father locked up, put on child support. It's a shame to the children, man. And the Most High gonna start exposing these women more and more for the evilness they doing. But the last scripture, for the Ecclesiastes 26, 1 through 2, and we'll end it with that. Because we're just bringing out the last part of the class about the domestic dispute the brother had that he had to go through just to get away, and now he facing 5 murders. 5 people died. He facing 5 murders trying to get away from a domestic dispute with a woman.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife.
Wait, what?
A virtuous wife.
Morals.
Virtuous wife.
Skills.
Virtuous wife.
Not all in your phone.
Virtuous wife.
Not all in your business.
Virtuous wife.
A virtuous wife. You blessed if you got a virtuous wife.
For the number of his days shall double.
Hey, look, my father passed at 57. If he had a virtuous wife, he might have lived to be 90. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it at that. You keep going.
Verse 2. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
In peace. That's what the Lord called us to. Peace, man. The Lord called us to peace. And that brother that ran into the parade, it was spiritual because they were sinners. Shouldn't have been celebrating Christmas anyway. But the Lord called us unto peace, man. He got into a domestic dispute, tried to get away, ran into a parade, killed 5 people. Lord be with the families, but the Lord is not with Christmas, not with Thanksgiving, and not with wicked women. Say shalom, Yahweh. Trooper read the security announcement.
Security announcements. We got the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother sister: when a new brother sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. That'll be saluted only. They are here to share themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means a tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of dedication this Sunday, November 28th.
8 days.
For 8 days. Give a courtesy salute to the brothers watching the stream. Amijim Shabbat. Amijim Barak. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatham. Courtesy salute to the sisters. Yahweh Shema Latham Bashim Yahushua. Class dismissed.